Thanks for spending some time with us today, everyone. It's Andrew here from IDB with the ConnectSense Dual HomeKit Smart Outlet. Many of the outlets that we've looked at and that are available are just single outlets. They are the top one or the bottom one, which presents its own problems because some of them are too big, where you can't actually use two in one outlet, which is definitely a problem. So here you can plug this one thing in, have two outlets that you can control, and both of them are able to be controlled from Siri, HomeKit, and everything else. Not only that, but there's a ton of accessories you can connect to it, and HomeKit has some features to help you work with certain ones. And there is a USB port on the side, making it really easy to charge up your devices without having to plug in another thing and taking away one of your smart outlets. There is a HomeKit code printed along the back of the device as well as on the included piece of paper, because when you plug this in, that HomeKit code goes against the wall, so there's no way to do it. So you do have to have that separate. On the actual device, there are 4 different lights. There's one light on each outlet, one on the top left, and an internet one on the top right, the Wi-Fi one. There are also 2 buttons on this, one to turn each of those outlets on and off manually. So for whatever reason your device wasn't around, you had no other switches or anything set up, you could press those to still get it going. Along back there's one outlet, so it just plugs into the one even though it takes up both outlets, and it uses that HomeKit code to pair along the back. If I really had any disappointments in this, it's that there's only one USB port on the side. I could easily see there being 2, which would have been really handy, but one is still more than most of the other ones out there have. So once you scan that HomeKit code, you're presented with a screen like this inside of the HomeKit application. You can give it a name, choose a room, and a type, as well as opting to include it in favorites or not. And you have to do this twice because again, there are 2 outlets, one on the top and one on the bottom, so you can have them each independent. You can also do a different type for each of them. So if I have a fan plugged into the bottom, I can tell Siri to turn the living room fan on, and she'll know what that means. Same thing if I say turn off the living room lights and you mark it as a light, it'll know that. Or you can just do an outlet and call it by its name. So I have the top one, which is just living room outlet 1 and living room outlet 2. You can see both of them here. I can tap on them inside of HomeKit to turn them on and off, or you can use something like Siri to do it as well. If you 3D touch on any of these or jump into them, you again see that switch to turn them on and off because there's no real other controls to them. But if you tap on details, you can get a little bit more information, including whether or not the outlet is currently in use, and you can change the room, you can change the type, including your favorites or not, and opt in for status and notifications. So cool, outlet setup. Let's look at the really fun stuff for HomeKit, which is automation. You have several different rules that you can take advantage of. So first up is when people arrive or when people leave. So just basically when you get home, turn the lights on, when you leave, turn them off. You can also do them based on time. So maybe you want them to turn on when the sun goes down and then turn off when the sun comes up. Or just do it every day at 5 o'clock, turn these lights on or turn this outlet on. But then again, using another HomeKit sensor, like a motion detector, you can get even more powerful. So when it detects motion, turn on a specific light. So I can go ahead and choose that motion detector in the room and then choose which light I want to turn on. Alternatively, you can do it based on a door opening. So if we go to an accessory is controlled, when the living room Eve door is opened, I can choose open here, I can have the light turn on. I do have to preface this really quick. Some of the features you're seeing here are coming in iOS 11. So some of these are maybe not working right now, but they will be when you update your phone or your iPad this fall. One of my favorite things about HomeKit is not only can you do it from your phone, but you can use Siri to activate these things, whether on your watch, your iPad, or your Apple TV. I can just tell Siri to turn off the living room outlet number 2, and it'll do just that. If you have some sort of home hub, like an Apple TV or an iOS 10 running iPad, you can actually do it from anywhere. If you use the ConnectSense application, that's how you do software updates and make a few other changes to the outlet itself. I can see how much average power and how long it's currently been on here at the top, so I can get some information on how much power I'm drawing from each of those outlets. I can also control the brightness of the LED that's on the side, letting me know whether they are on or off. This part is a bit of a hassle because it's unfortunate you may have to jump between different applications. Maybe I'll set more things up in the Home app for all of my stuff, but I still have to jump to the ConnectSense application to run things like firmware updates and the LED brightness. Of course, that's not a knock on ConnectSense, that's more of just inefficiency with HomeKit, as it still is a rather new system. I've been testing a bunch of HomeKit accessories, and this is definitely on the top of my list. I love there's 2 outlets and USB on there, and you can control things like even the brightness of the LED. So if you're looking for a affordable and different HomeKit outlet, this is definitely something to consider. There's a link below in the description if you'd like to pick one up for yourself, and let us know what you think down in the comments below. Check out all of our other HomeKit videos, including what's coming in iOS 11. And to make sure you see those videos, be sure to subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up. Till next time, it's Andrew for IDB.